PMacMovies back for another PMacMovies haul video. I just got done, mostly done with work here, and I am off next week, so I got 9 days off in a row. Pretty sweet. I'm pumped, but it's gonna go by quick, and then I'm gonna be depressed because I gotta go back. Anywho, I actually got some really cool stuff that I had ordered weeks ago. So we're going to take a look at that. I got a really cool box set of over 30 movies that just came out. The stock on it was very limited. We're going to take a look at what I got. It was also very expensive. Let's take the glasses off. I placed an order with Twilight Time when it was like official that they were going out of business. I placed the order like the next morning after. And it's taken, I think it took a month to get those. It took a month. But patience pays off. Got those for a good price. And then Grindhouse Video out of Tampa, Grindhouse Video Tampa, was having a Blue Underground sale, which a lot of these movies, it was like the best price that I know of that they've ever been. So I ordered a few of those to add to my, my boutique horror collection. So I bought a few of those, including some that are considered limited editions. I'm not really sure how limited they are, but I got some cool stuff. I do want to say, though, before I get into this, that I do in my description section, I point out a few Blu-ray and movie collectors, DVD, Blu-ray, movie collectors that I watch, actually. So you got like Bill Geriatric, Geek, who's a really cool old guy. He worked in prisons for quite a while. I've worked in the prison as a counselor also, so it's cool to relate. There's a new person who I think is kind of up and coming. She snags up a lot of movies, doing Dollar Tree hauls, seems to have a really good personality. She's got a little kitty cat that helps her out. And I've been just kind of watching some of her videos, and I think a lot of people who watch my videos would also enjoy her videos, and it'll help her gain more of a following also. I think she has 100-something subscribers, but she hasn't really been making videos for that long. Her name is Mariann Lee, a.k.a. Goyhunter, and I'm going to put the link to her videos down in the description section where it says other recommended YouTube movie collectors. I also got a few other people in there. But Mariann Lee, check her out, especially if you like the Dollar Tree hauls, if you enjoy other things too, because like she got a Twilight Time order, she got a Kino Lorber order, and she's just ordering from a lot of different places, so you're going to be able to find out a lot of good deals from Mariann. Definitely check her out, and hopefully we can get her up to well over 200 subscribers, hopefully, several hundred. She'll definitely get there, but I definitely think it's worth your while to check out that channel. But let's take a look at what old PMac hoarded up on here. And actually, I guess the only order that I've received that was actually from this week was this big box set. I was not going to order this. Amazon had it up, and it was actually for a little bit more than the pre-order price. The pre-order price of this was $170. It is the Al Adamson Masterpiece Collection, full of masterpieces. 32 movies on, I think, 14 discs. 14 discs, 126-page book, and more. So we have all sorts of different types of movies. You got horror, blaxploitation, like some kung fu stuff, some western stuff. It's got all sorts of movies on it. And if you want to see like an unboxing of this, there are people that have done unboxings of these. You can see like all the movies on the back. But this is a pretty limited item. And Amazon has it right now for, like, I think it's like $187. But once this sells out on Amazon and you can't get it anymore, I mean, you're probably gonna have to pay like over $300 for this thing. So if you're interested in it at all and you have the money for it, now is the time, because if you wait any longer, you're gonna end up paying a lot more money. It is a nice set. It comes in, you know, this kind of book. I don't like that the discs are housed like this, but I look through the discs and they seem to be fine. It's not a real tight spot in there for them. You know, I prefer like the regular packaging where it's on a hub and it's, you know, sticking up a little bit. The thing you want to be careful about with this type of packaging, you can see the discs are in the side here. So each disc has like 2 or 3 movies. It also has, I believe, like a documentary movie, because the director was apparently like murdered in some strange incident or something. I do want to say though, you got to be careful with this type of set, because you want to kind of keep it upright. If you put it like this, especially if you put a lot of other things on it, stacked on it, that weight is now pushing the discs in there, and that's going to get them, you know, that pressure is not good for them, because they're not on, they're not in a regular case where they're kind of sitting up out of the case. It's just going to crunch it right in together with the cardboard and everything else. So keep that in mind with this set or other sets where you have that sort of folder type packaging for the discs. You want to keep it upright, because you don't want it like this, because it's putting pressure on itself. But then if you stack anything on it, you're putting more pressure, and that disc is going to get kind of like stuck on there to that cardboard. So that's what I have to say about that. That's my suggestion. Let's take a look at the Grindhouse Video Tampa Blue Underground sale. They had a lot of Blue Underground movies for sale. There's a lot that I passed on. I did get a few that are considered, I guess, limited edition. It doesn't actually say limited edition on them, but in the description when I bought them, it said limited edition. So here's what I got. Read good things about this one. Amsterdam. Don't know a whole lot about it. Written and directed by Dick Moss, who their Blue Underground has several of his movies, maybe even possibly another one that I bought. But this was considered it sounded like a lot of people felt like this was the best out of those. And it has a brand new 2K restoration. Now I think these weren't like Dollar Tree movies. I mean, this was like $18, but that was a good price for it comparably if you compare it to other places. Sometimes you got to shell out the dough. Here's another Dick Moss one. It's called The Lift. Again, I read good things about this. Again, it's from a brand new 2K restoration. Now, these do have the Blu-ray and DVD and a booklet. So that's nice. Reminds you of DVDs back when they used to put booklets and things. But these boutique companies also do a nice job with doing booklets and stuff like that. Amsterdam also had a booklet. And actually I was disappointed. I actually wasn't going to place an order because Amsterdam was like at the top of my list for ones to get. And it had sold out, but then they must have gotten more, and all the ones that I wanted were in stock, so I was able to place an order. I think $50 or $60 was free shipping. I was able to get the free shipping and everything. Another one that I guess is considered a limited edition item, another one that I read really good things about, Death Dream. Death Dream, again from a new 2K restoration. It's from 1974, 88 minutes. Quite a few special features. This is also called Dead of Night. Blu-ray DVD combo and booklet. So Blue Underground's doing a real nice job with these sets, these Blu-ray DVD collector's edition sets that they're doing. It says collector's edition. Usually it has collector's edition like big, but on this it just has collector's edition small. Again, don't know a lot about this movie, but I looked into reviews and things like that. It sounded like something that would be good and something that I want to add to the old PMac collection. Quite a few special features on this one. And I think Blue Underground may have actually released this one before, and this is an improved version. I'm not sure if they had released Amsterdam to the Lift before, but the Death Dream was a better version of a previous release. And then I got one called Deathline, starring Donald Pleasance and Christopher Lee. That was enough to get me interested in it. It's also goes by the name of Raw Meat. I think I like Deathline better than Raw Meat. This release is from 2017. The movie is from 1973, and it is 87 minutes. Another 2K, fully restored in 2K. And again, we have a good fair amount of special features. So there was a few other movies that had like editions like this or limited editions, and I either already had the movie or it just didn't sound that good. You know, there was one called Manhattan Baby, I think it was called, and I was like, you know, I don't have it. It's a good price, but I don't really. It doesn't sound like it's that great. I believe these were all $18 though, so it's not like they were giving them away for free. But if you take a look at Amazon and compare it to other places, deep discount, stuff like that, those were good prices. And then I got 3 regular editions. I believe, this one I think was $11. It is the Prowler. And this is one of their earlier Blu-rays. The movie's from 1981. It's 89 minutes. This Blu-ray was put out in 2010. There may be a better version of this movie put out at some point, but I figured for $11, I've heard enough good things about this. This is considered to be, you know, a pretty solid slasher movie. I decided that I would go ahead and snag it, even though it probably will get a better release at some point, I would think, because people are calling for a new release of this one. But, you know, sometimes for this type of movie, you don't necessarily need the most pristine copy, in my opinion, for that type of movie. Another one that I think was 11, and this one actually didn't get very good reviews. It just sounded like something that was like a fun kind of trash, like a fun kind of trashy, grindhousey type of thing. David Carradine and Circle of Iron here. This is from 1978. It is 97 minutes. It looks like this Blu-ray is pretty old. It's put out in 2009. Christopher Lee's in it. Roddy McDowall, Eli Wallach, and the story by Bruce Lee. So it just sounded like an interesting one to me, and I snagged it. I also like that the Blu-ray cases they use are nice, sturdy, firm cases. And then this one, I believe this one was 15, so this one was a little bit more, but it did come out a little bit more recently, like 2015. And I read pretty good things about it. I had never heard of it before. God Told Me To. This stars Andy Kaufman, Richard Lynch, produced and directed by Larry Cohen. So that was enough to kind of pique my interest in this one, and I went ahead and snagged it. It says, now featuring a brand new 4K high-definition transfer. And we got some special features. Sounded like a good one. From 1976, 90 minutes. God Told Me To. And that is everything that I got from Blue Underground. Let's move on to the Twilight Time sale. So I did get my Screen Archive ones that I ordered, which were all ones that had sold out on Twilight Time, so I went ahead and ordered them. So these aren't, they're not giving them away. I mean, you're paying $12 or $13 plus shipping for most of these. And then I did get at least, maybe just the one was maybe $7 or something like that. So again, you know, you got to plunk down a little bit of money, but these are going out of print. You know, Twilight Time's going out of business. Probably a lot of these are, most of these are gone from the Twilight Time website. Probably most, or at least several, you can still get from the Screen Archive site for a little bit more money. So let's take a look at what I got. First, the one that was a little bit cheaper. It was like $7 or something like that. And I did have the DVD of this. I haven't watched it yet. It is The Children of Huang Shi. And I do like these Asian movies. This is from 2008. It is 125 minutes. I do like Jonathan Rhys-Meyers from that Dracula TV show. Radha Mitchell, Chow Yun-Fat, and Michelle Yeoh also in this. So I was excited to get this one. This is a Sony Pictures Classics release. That's what the DVD I have is, a Sony Pictures Classics. But for that price, I decided to go ahead and snag the Blu-ray. If it was more than that, probably just stick with the DVD. Other ones that I got some Charles Bronson, Murphy's Law here, best price this is ever going to be. From 1986, it's 100 minutes. I enjoy Charles Bronson movies. This is supposed to be a pretty decent one. Glad to get it at a good price. I wonder why I didn't buy this one before. It must have been $15 before. Who knows? Another one that was a top priority to me was the Boston Strangler. This is one of the top ones that I wanted. And it's about a serial killer who terrorized Boston, allegedly. From 1968, 116 minutes. Read pretty good things about this one. Starring Tony Curtis, Henry Fonda, George Kennedy. So I was glad to get that for a really good deal. Another one I had been interested in because I read some really good things about it, so that piqued my interest, is The Keys of the Kingdom here, starring Gregory Peck, Roddy McDowall, Vincent Price is in this apparently. I don't think I even realized that. Vincent Price is in this movie. It's from 1944, 137 minutes. It's about a Scottish missionary's life in China. Headlined by shooting star Gregory Peck, who earned an Oscar nod for his performance. Cinematography by Arthur Miller. So this, I heard a lot of good, at least a few good things about this. Maybe not a lot, but enough that this is one that was on my list to get, so I snagged that one. This one, I kind of like the cover of this one. I heard, I think, kind of mixed things about this one, but I was kind of intrigued by it. It is Romeo is Bleeding, starring Lena Olin, who I believe was all in the Alias TV show, is Jennifer Garner's mother in that. It's a rough and tumble neo-noir starring Gary Oldman as a ruthless, ambitious hood who gets in over his head when he falls for the ultimate femme fatale, played by Lena Olin. From 1993, 110 minutes. Romeo is Bleeding. Looks like an entertaining one there. Juliette Lewis also in that one. For the Jimmy Stewart Western I got here, I got Bandolero. I believe there may have been some other Westerns and maybe even some more Jimmy Stewart Westerns. If I had it on DVD or something like that, I was okay with the DVD. But this one, it looked like you couldn't even really get the DVD for a decent price from what I recall. So I decided I would go ahead and get the limited edition Twilight Time of Bandolero. Dean Martin is also in this one. It's from 1968, 106 minutes. From Twilight Time, home entertainment. Up next, another one a lot of people seem to be getting on the Blu-ray.com message boards, which piqued my interest. It is an Otto Preminger movie also, Whirlpool. From 1949, 97 minutes. A polished noir thriller with his Laura star, Gene Tierney. She's a mentally troubled socialite caught shoplifting and ensnared in the dark scheme of a manipulative society astrologer hypnotist to frame her for a murder he's committed. Sounds like a Hitchcockian type of thing. Whirlpool. I do have several Otto Preminger movies adding to that little collection. 2 left. Another one I had just read some good things about, piqued my interest, and I added it to my order from 1956, 105 minutes. Anastasia here. This is Ingrid Bergman and Yul Brynner starring in Anastasia. She is a, tells a tale of a damaged amnesiac who may or may not be the lost Romanov princess Anastasia. She becomes the accomplice of a charming white Russian general in a plot to swindle a boatload of money out of the grieving Dowager Empress. At stake, not just the money, but the putative Anastasia's emotional sanity. Putative. Sounds like an interesting one. I like the red and black kind of color scheme they use with that. That looks sharp. And then finally, the classic movie that I did not own, and I read that this was a really good set. It's a 2-disc set with a lot of special features. Kind of rare for Twilight Time. It's from 1915. It's 191 minutes. The Birth of a Nation here. Never seen this one. Looks like it may have... let's see, for additional restored Civil War-themed silent films and other directors. The Coward, Rose of Kentucky, Stolen Glory, and Drummer of the Ace. So it's got like more silent films on it. The Birth of a Nation, The Legacy. It doesn't say like how long these are. If these are like, you know, if it's got like feature like documentaries or whatnot, I'm not sure. But I read that this had really good special features. You know, it's got the booklet. There you go, 2 discs. I do have also the, I don't know if it's considered a remake, but it's called Birth of the Nation that came out a few years ago. Never watched that one. You know, this is kind of like a historical classic movie, so I wanted to have it in the collection, and this is as reasonable as it's ever going to be. So I snagged that up. And that is everything for this haul. Again, thanks for watching. Check out the description for the description section for ways that you can help contribute to PMacMovies. I do appreciate it, and it'll keep this channel running strong. Check out the other movie collectors that you know, need your support. Mariann, especially, that she's a new up-and-coming movie collector here on YouTube. She's hoarding some good stuff. Check out Bill, Geriatric, Geek, That Guy with Movies. All real nice people and real good, you know, fun to watch. And they hoard up, baby. They hoard up. So that's entertainment. They hoard up, maybe even as much as PMacMovies. I wouldn't go that far, but yeah, they might. Anyway, we will see you guys next time on PMacMovies. PMacMovies.